Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of antennas. Now what we have here in the center, this is the typical antenna that comes with our VTX02, 03s, those that come from eSheen, and you could probably find similar things on other all-in-one cameras, but this has the UFL on the end. And this is from Team Black Sheep. This one has the UFL on the end, and these retail for, I think it's $6.95 a piece. And the reason why I have that out is because we're going to also take a look at this one, which I believe is called Actuna. I might be mispronouncing that, but I'll put a link down below to these particular sites. And this is a unique or interesting antenna I wanted to take a look at. I don't know what this material is that they've used up here to harden it, but I like that because one of the things I've experienced is either the UFL will come connected or we may end up stripping this top piece because this is an aluminum or some sort of metallic housing that is kind of squeezed onto that end, and then this is our exposed part. This is where it actually transmits to us, and if you strip that top part, sometimes it can damage it, and now it's out of tune. One of the big things for RF reception is that the measurement has to be precise for 5.8 gigahertz, and so we're going to do a comparison mainly between Team Black Sheep and Actuna. So let's take a weight. So the Actuna weighs 0.88 grams, and the TBS antenna weighs 0.85 grams. So this is ever so slightly more. But if we lay them down side by side, let's take a look at our length. Hopefully you get an idea that the length on these are very, very close as far as just straight distance. Now, of course, we have some different lengths here with the forking. Really what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a look at and see how these perform. I've been pretty satisfied with these cheapo depot sort of antennas. They seem to work fine in the environment I fly in. But in this case, what we're going to do is I've mounted them up to a couple of vehicles here. I've got one there, the other one there, and to make sure we're probably doing things as even-steven as possible, we have the same VTX, we have the same cameras, we have the same stack. The only differences between these two vehicles is maybe me, the pilot, how I built them, and motors and props. But motors and props are about performance. What we're looking at is performance of the antennas. And really what I'm going to be checking is when we have obstacles in our way. You know, of course, we fly around trees or we're behind brush or something, and that's what I was interested in. So when I get over to the neighbor's yard, I've got a couple spots. Now, because we have two separate flights, what I've done is I've taken the edits of those videos and tried to line up the sections where they're both in the same spot, traveling at about the same speed. And there's only about 20 seconds worth of footage, so you want to make sure you have your pause finger to compare. And I don't do freeze or freeze frame shots because the reception can vary. You know, as you're going through something or around something, it can vary, and I wanted you to be able to see them both in motion. You of course can pause them and do comparisons, or you can use a screen capture of your own, compare them as you go through, but I wanted to take a look at that. All right, pause button's ready, here we go. So this is just kind of my normal flight pattern, and I've like I said, I've kind of gone through and tried to pull out the sections that are the same. The one that's most interesting to me is when we get down here that's below ground level, so we're lower than I am, and we kind of hover behind this tree a bit, but that's pretty short-lived. Hopefully you paused it. This is another area of fairly heavy breakup. So far what I'm seeing, if you want my opinion, is they're very, very comparable, but I do think the Actuna is a little bit better, but it's oh, here's the tree. This is the one that I think shows it the most. But I think it is a little bit better. It's not a lot. Of course, Actuna also sells antennas that are made specifically for a particular channel, so it's frequency tuned as far as the length that it's cut, and you can purchase those from their site. They do come from England, so you have a conversion that you might have with your PayPal. I don't know if the PayPal makes you pay more if you have a conversion or not, but it's something you might want to consider. The Team Black Sheep antennas, they're nice, good quality, good thick cable. I like those, and they perform pretty well. And for $6.95, I don't know if it's worth it. I bought 5 of these. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think I paid $27. Or actually, I'm looking at the receipt. I paid $27.42 for the 5 of them. That might have been a sale, so the price may be different now. And then I also bought one of these that I could solder on to an all-in-one or something like that. I just wanted to have one of those in case I find. And I think I will probably use these on cherished builds, so to speak, but I don't think I would use them on a lot of different builds. I don't like to tear my builds down. Usually after I get a machine working and I get it tuned, I don't really fuss with it too much. So once this goes on the machine, it's going to stay. So let me know what you thought. Is it worth buying either one of these? Is it worth buying one over the other? Did your perception of the short test that we had there, did it show that one was clearly the winner, or did you think it was pretty close? Basically, leave your opinion and comment in the section down below. You may have some questions about these machines. If you're looking at the frames, these are Atlas 130s. These are Banggood frames, and I like the frame quite a bit. I've been flying these a lot and doing some motor tests, and I'll bring that to you in a future video. I have a few more motors I would like to test, but I have a feeling I've got to just do it. I've got to get that information out because I think it could be useful for many of you considering building micros like this. All right, remember, leave your opinion about the antennas down below. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.